benefits of a hug. I'm gonna sit.
Sure.
And, okay, the psychology of a hug. What happens when you get a hug? What's happening to your body? Well, your body is releasing a hormone called oxytocin, and it's called the feel-good hormone. And what happens is, the body releases that, it reduces the production of cortisol, which cortisol is that stress hormone that makes us kind of anxious, you know, it's the one that's like, oh my goodness, I have a flat tire, what am I gonna do? That kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, so how do hugs affect our body? Well, hugs help us lower our blood pressure, decrease our heart rate, they boost our immunity, help reduce our anxiety and depression, and hugs allow us to feel less anxious and more relaxed. They help us be able to focus a little bit. Maybe, you know, when you feel like your hair's on fire and it's like, okay, I gotta take a deep breath. If somebody gives you a hug, it kind of helps you sort of regroup. And then it also allows you to sleep better. I should have mentioned early on that you don't have to hug each other today to participate in this. So the release of feel-good hormone, the oxytocin, it helps you have a feeling of connection, bonding, trust. And you know, it doesn't even have to be a hug, it can just be a hand on your hand.
Yeah, or on your back.
On your back or whatever, so it's just that communicating through
Yeah.
touch. And then it also creates a feeling of calmness and relaxation. When somebody takes your hand or they rub your back
Yeah.
or whatever, so what's the question here? How long should a hug last? What do you think?
About a minute.
A minute? That's long.
Oh, that's long.
That's long.
Well, I like long hugs.
That's really
Yeah,
long.
well, just hang on to that for a second here. According to the information that I used to find out more information, and I didn't just make this up off the top of my head, 6-second rule.
Yeah.
A hug should last for about 6 seconds, and what's happening when you get a hug,
Better than none.
yep, it becomes, it's calming to both the hugger and the huggee, both of you. And once again, I'm going back to that oxytocin where it is that feel-good hormone. It optimizes that when you give a hug, the mood boosting chemicals. And I have to give it to Sarah. Sarah did all of the good graphics on this.
Well, then you're not from an Italian family, because if it only lasts a minute, you're doing really
Yeah,
good.
now we're getting into how many hugs should you have a day?
At least 2.
At least 2. Well, according to this research, it says 8 a day.
Oh my gosh.
8.
So you need 8 hugs a day.
Well, where am I
Tell my
gonna,
husband.
where am I gonna go to get them?
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
Hug ourselves.
But there's no magic number. There's no magic number.
Yeah.
Basically, the professionals on this say you need to hug whenever you get a chance. But 8 hugs a day.
8 hugs a day.
And I think National Hug Day, I believe it's sometime in January. I wanna say it's like January 24th or something like that. You guys will all have to Google that after I'm done and find out when that is, because there is a National Hug Day. But there's some rules that go with hugs too. You wanna always kind of respect another person's space. You know, some of them aren't huggers. They're not huggers. In fact, a week or so ago, I saw somebody, I think it was in Lincoln, that had a t-shirt on that says, "I'm not a hugger." So, and you wanna ask people for permission before you give them a hug. Is it okay if I give you a hug? So, and you can see the graphics there. So how do you avoid hugs? According to the information, you just say, you know what, I'm not a hugger. Or, you know me, cold as ice, I hate hugs, and I'll give you a fist bump instead.
Okay, that's okay.
Or then the third one is, my new thing this year is fist bumps and finger guns, you know? I see ya, I gotcha.
Well, that's not very warm and hugging, is it?
No, it's not very warm and hugging, but they might, if they're not a hugger, they might appreciate, just, gotcha.
That's why that should stay.
Yep. So what do you do if you need a hug and nobody's around?
Play with your dog.
Well, one of the things, actually, it's our counselor at work that told me about this one. Have you ever heard of butterfly thumps or taps? And what you do is you just take your arms and you cross them like that, and then take your fingers and just tap on your shoulders. Those are called butterfly taps.
Okay, cool.
Or wrap your arms around yourself, and it sends a message to your brain to release that oxytocin. It's just a quick, free act of self-care. You're taking care of yourself. That in itself boosts the immune system, helps us fight infections, it eases depression and lessens fatigue. Sometimes when I'm in bed and I'm anxious about things, I'll put my arms around myself and
Yeah.
rather than wake the husband up, you know, so, yeah. That might not be a good experience for either of us, so. So a self-hug says, I got this, and I love you, and I'm okay. My hair feels like it's on fire, but I'm okay. You just kind of have that reassurance. So then the next question is, what else can I do? Are there other opportunities for hugging that you can mimic a hug? And I brought some things here that I want to show you. And one of them is a body massage. Do you ever find yourself just rubbing your skin or rubbing your shoulders or something when, maybe you've gotten off the phone and it's been an anxiety-producing conversation? You just have to rub your shoulders or something like that. Well, down here in my bag of tricks, we talk about a weighted blanket. This blanket weighs 7 pounds. This little blanket, and they're pretty popular. In fact, I have a granddaughter last year that wanted one for Christmas. But just put it on your lap for a little bit.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the ones that go on the bed are like 11, 12
Yeah,
pounds.
they have them for beds now, and yeah, but that might not be for you. Go ahead and pass that one around. And then, they talk about a body pillow. Well, this is my body pillow.
Oh, that's cute.
And sometimes, people, if you just need a hug, or you need something to hug,
Yeah.
or you need something by you when you're sleeping or trying to get to sleep.
I have a small doggy.
Yeah.
I sleep with.
Mhm.
I have a van.
Those squashmallows, have you seen those squashmallows at Walmart or
Yes,
wherever?
I have.
That's what one of this one is.
Yeah.
And this is Eli the elk.
The elk.
Yeah, but you can try him and see how soft he is.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
heavy.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be for me, but.
So, they sit in my office.
Oh, that's nice.
And then they talk about stuffed weighted animals. And look at this guy.
Oh, you cute.
Yeah. So,
Is that
he's
a weighted animal?
he's weighted too. Yeah,
Oh, God, yeah.
yeah.
He's like a
So,
real.
yeah, yeah. I could have lost him quite a few times in my presentations. And see how soft he is? I know that this year, I've seen him out a lot at Christmas time, is there's some that are scented with lavender or whatever,
Oh.
and you heat him in the microwave. He's not a heat in the microwave
I was gonna
kind of
say, I
guy.
don't think I'd have to shove him.
No, but, heat in the microwave, I've seen them at Walgreens this year. I've seen them at Kohl's this year.
Okay.
And there are lots of different animals, and they've said that really children, it's very soothing for children
Oh, my
too.
God.
Yeah, so, or, I don't have one along, but have any of you got those hot packs that have either corn in them
Yes.
or cherry
or
pits, beans or something?
Rice.
Rice, something like that? You
Feel
can,
good around here.
yeah, Yeah, you can put those in your microwave, warm them up,
Yeah.
and in a way, that's mimicking a hug too. It's warm, it feels good, and animals and pets. Do you guys have do you have animals, pets?
Yeah.
I've heard lots of people say, what makes them feel better and less anxious is their little dog or their cat or whatever it might be. So what's the effects of not enough hugs? Well, what do you think some of them might be? I see you can kind of read them. Stress, anxiety, depression, your heart rate goes up, your blood pressure might go up, you might be real tense, really, really tense. You're breathing faster, that kind of thing. Maybe you're seeing immune or digestive disorders. We're seeing what they call touch deprivation, and we have seen that in children.
Yeah.
And, I think since the last time I did this, I think the whole issue with the Palestinians and the Israelis, and you think about those small children that were held hostage. And, what about hugs for them? That kind of thing. So basically, sometimes in life, we just need a hug. We don't need words, advice, just a hug to make you feel like you matter. So, any comments, questions? That's just kind of the nitty gritty of hugs, and that we do need them.